Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Dan from DHTV. And if you just bought the MacBook Neo and want to know how to set it up for the first time, in this video, I'm going to walk you step by step through the MacBook Neo setup process so you can go from turning it on to reaching the macOS desktop. Let's get started. All right, so we've got the MacBook Neo here, and the first thing we're going to do is just open up the lid. That's how you're going to start up your MacBook Neo for the first time. You'll see an Apple logo and you'll get that chime. And once it's done loading, it'll take you to the Hello screen. Just click Continue on the trackpad, and you'll be taken to the language page. And the first option in the setup is the language. And you're just going to go through this list and choose your language and then click continue. And I'm going to walk you step by step through the entire setup process. So I do recommend you watch the entire video, especially because there are some privacy settings that you want to ensure you understand and turn off to protect your information. So the next option here is to choose the country or region you're in. So for me, it's Canada. And at this point, you can choose to transfer your data from another Mac, Time Machine, or Startup Disk if you have a Windows PC, an iPhone, or an iPad, or you can set it up as a new MacBook. Now, for this tutorial, we're going to set this up as a brand new MacBook. You can choose some of these. You can also upload information later from iCloud or things like that from your iPhone, iPad. But just for this tutorial here, we'll go through the setup with a fresh, brand new install of macOS, which is the software. And this is the accessibility option. So if you do want to set some of these up, you can tap on them or press on them. It'll give you a quick rundown. So you can turn on voiceover for this example. For the motor skills, hearing, and cognitive accessibility options, you can do the same. So just click on them and then select the options you want. And when you're done, click continue. Now this stage here, you're just going to select your internet from the list. Now you may see more or less than me. Click on yours and then click on continue. Enter in your Wi-Fi password and click join. It'll take a few seconds to connect and then it'll take you to the data and privacy section. Read through this and click continue. From here, you're going to create a Mac account. So you can click on one of these circles or click the plus to create or add your own account avatar. And this is the account that's going to run this computer here. It's not your Apple ID if you already have one. This is actually like the name of your computer and how you're going to log into your computer, whether you're using Touch ID or a password. This is always going to be the password. So you're going to give your computer a name. It says full name. You can put what you want. Let's just go with DHTV. And then it'll give you this as your home folder, which is where all your folders and files will be stored on the computer once you have it set up. Enter in a password and then verify the password. So enter it again. And you can optionally give it a hint as well. And then right here it says allow computer account password to be reset with your Apple account. So if you've never used an Apple account or you've never set up an Apple ID, you'll want to have that set up. We'll go through that process. I believe it's next. We'll click continue when you're done this stage here. And there we go. The next step here is to sign in to your Apple account. Now with iPhones, with all Apple devices, this Apple account is like the hub. It holds all your information, your passwords, whatever you want to save to the cloud, which is like having like a hard drive, but over the internet you can access it. So if you've never created one, you can click right here where it says create a new Apple account. And it's going to go through the steps here. You'll have to enter in your first name, last name, go through it all and set it up. Once it's set up, you'll be brought to the next page where it may ask you to enter in a password or it'll just advance you. For anyone else who has an Apple ID, you're going to enter in your Apple ID email. And if you want to skip this step right now, you can, but I strongly recommend you actually do this because it just makes things easier. So enter in your Apple ID email if you already have it, and then click continue. It'll prompt you to enter in the password, and then click continue once again. Now, depending on your two-factor authentication, you might be prompted with something here where it may ask you on your other device to say okay to kind of confirm that sign in, or it may prompt you to send a text message, however you may have had it set up. Or it may just advance you to the terms and conditions right here if you don't have any set up. So go through these terms here and click this little checkbox and then click agree. Once again, it takes a few seconds for this page to load, but I'll speed it up so you don't have to watch the whole process. All right, so that took about 2 minutes. And now you can actually customize the settings for your new MacBook Neo here. And you can see how it's set up already. So these are off, off, off. And we'll click on customize down here and it'll go through each so that you can enable or disable the ones that you don't want. So enabling location services, and this is going to allow things like maps, services, and suggestions to gather and use the data for your approximate location. So if you want to have that on, you can turn it on. You can always configure these settings later. For now, I'm going to leave it off, but it is good if you plan to use it for maps, weather, and things like that. Now it's going to ask you for your time zone. And again, from here, you can have this set the time zone automatically. If you click this on, it's going to prompt you to turn on those location services. So there's an example of how location services will be valuable to you if you have it on. I'm going to say cancel here. You can choose your time zone. You can actually click on different parts of the map here. And you just want to find, I guess, the area that has the closest time zone to wherever you are. You can then click continue. Now, this is the one setup option that most people ignore, and choosing it wrong kind of shares your information with Apple. So this says help Apple and app developers improve their products and services automatically. So you're going to share Mac Analytics with Apple. I never share any of my information whenever there's an ability not to. I recommend you guys do the same, but it is up to you. I choose to not share this, and by doing that, you cannot share crash and usage data with Apple as well. So that's how I have mine set up, just to give you a little bit extra privacy. And then this option here is screen time. This is actually a really cool feature that's going to give you a weekly report of insights about how you use your Mac and the screen time. You can set limits for apps, very similar to how it is on the iPhone. You can choose to set this up later or just click continue and you can go through the setup process. Now from here, Apple Intelligence, and this is like the AI. And if you haven't heard of AI yet, it's artificial intelligence built in to your Mac now. It's in beta, but it is very useful and it's just going to get better and more in tune or into the Mac itself. So I would recommend kind of going through this to see what it's all about. You can read more about it down here. Click continue and you'll see it'll allow you to choose how it's going to summarize your notifications. You can choose which notifications to summarize. So in the past, you'd have them all stacked up there and it would just give you either the full message or just kind of like the first little bit. Well, now you can choose down here and choose which ones it will summarize so you can kind of get an idea. And again, it's using that Apple Intelligence to summarize your messages, your communication, news, and things like that. So if you want them to summarize it, you can then select them just like this and kind of see it. And for example, in this case, it is telling you that it may change the meaning of the original headlines, so you need to verify that information. It's okay. I always verify anyway. We'll click summarize those specific notifications, and then here you can set up Siri, and it says right here is it's your intelligent assistant that helps you find information and get things done. And Siri will be highly integrated into Apple Intelligence as well. So if you're planning to use the MacBook Neo and you want to get into that AI space, it's good to have this set up as well. You can always set it up later, but we'll do it here so you can see how it works. So click continue. And it's telling you right here to speak to Siri, you either say the name or you say, hey Siri, and it'll allow you to perform a request. And you kind of see this little search box appear here. So let's click continue. And then it's also telling you that you can click. So you can actually click up here on this little box. You'll see it on your toolbar. And it'll bring up a search box here where you can then type to Siri and it'll give you the same kind of responses just as if you were to speak to it. So that's a quick rundown. We'll click continue here and we'll go through this setup process. So it's literally asking us to say this. Siri, how's the weather? Hey Siri, send a message. Siri, set a timer for 3 minutes. Hey Siri, get directions home. Siri, play some music. And that's it. So we went through the Siri process. Now this Mac is going to listen for that command, these two commands, at the beginning of any request. And then you'll see Siri on your screen. And then you can ask Siri whatever you like, and it'll perform or help you with that task. So let's hit continue here. And again, just like before, where it says that you could share your information with Apple, this one here is allowing you to share your audio recordings with Apple again to improve Siri. We're not going to be doing that. So I'm going to click Not Now, and we'll click Continue. Now you can choose the look of your MacBook Neo. And if you're familiar with dark mode on applications, whether you're with the iPhone or Android, it's the same thing. So you can set this to dark mode, which gives you the more dark effect, light mode, which is the standard, or you can have it set to auto, where it will transition based on the time of day. So we're going to select light for now, and we'll click continue. These are for your Mac updates. You can choose to have the MacBook update automatically by just clicking continue, or you can choose to have it only download them automatically. This way you can choose when it's best for you to install those updates. And I choose to do that because I am working with these computers quite a bit, and I don't want it to start installing in the middle of my work. And there we go. It says, welcome. We're now on our MacBook home screen. We can click Get Started, and this is our desktop. So the bottom here, this is your dock. So you can see a whole bunch of apps that are pre-installed and on the dock. So just like with your iPhone, there's your dock. Now you've got your dock down here. You can click on this section, which is apps, and it's going to open up your entire app library of pre-installed apps on your Mac. So you can see everything that you have there. You can add and remove any of these apps from your dock. So you'd be using a right click. Now on the Macs, right click is 2 fingers and you just press. So it's pretty simple. So you're just going to basically hover your mouse over any of these, and then you can right click on the trackpad just by using 2 fingers. You can see it opens up like this. Hover over options and you can choose to remove it from the dock and it'll be gone. To add things to your dock from the apps here, you're just basically gonna hover over it and then drag it. So pressing and holding and then just dragging it to your dock, and you can let go just like that. But that is the MacBook Neo setup. And if this video helped you set up your MacBook Neo, you're now ready to start using your Mac the right way. On this channel, DHTV, I create simple step-by-step tutorials to help you learn how to use your Apple devices. This includes the MacBook, iPhone, Apple Watch, and iPad, so you can get the most out of them. If you want to keep learning, make sure you check out my complete MacBook tips, tricks, and tutorial playlist. The link is in the description, where I show you the most useful Mac features, settings you should change, and hidden tools that most people never discover. And if you also use an iPhone, I have a full iPhone tutorial series as well that will walk you through everything from beginner basics to advanced tips. Once again, the link to both playlists is in the video description. If you ran into any problems during the MacBook Neo setup process, or something didn't work the way it should, leave a comment below and I'll do my best to help you out. Lastly, if you enjoy Apple tips, tutorials, and guides, make sure to subscribe to DHTV, give the video a like, and click the bell icon so you don't miss any of my new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.